The most anticipated trailer of the year so far is out. The official trailer for Stranger Things 5, the last season of the show. Will being possessed, controlled by Vecna, proving that he always controlled him. Vecna's new look that is scary, sinister. More scenes of how the city of Hawkins turned out. More scenes of Lucas protecting Max. An explosion of sinister energy happening there in the Upside Down. Is it Eleven's own power? Yeah, we have a lot to analyze in this giant trailer that we have been waiting for all year, and I will explain everything in this video. If you wanna know, stay here and let's go. Hello everyone watching this beautiful channel, my name is João Victor and I'm back to talk about Stranger Things Season 5. Yeah, because I love this show. I also know that you guys loved my videos about The Walking Dead, explaining many points, but I will also talk about Stranger Things in this channel because it's the last season. And as we see in the trailer, it will be gigantic. Let's talk about the details of this trailer, but first don't forget to check the like button in this video. It helps me a lot in the promotion, and also, if you like more contents about Stranger Things, don't forget to subscribe in this channel. There we go. Yeah, the trailer starts in the Upside Down, Vecna talking. Yeah, it's a very important point because this location that we see in the Upside Down is the library from Hawkins. And the best way to describe this beginning of the trailer is, in the death of the Upside Down, Vecna is preparing the big evil final plan. If I were to bring a synopsis for the opening, it will be this. And going to the next point, we have the Hawkins High School, the main school that we see in this show. There we have Dustin arriving there, some military in the right. I have to say it's confirmed that at the beginning of the season 5 we are 18 months after the end of season 4, so a big time jump after the apocalypse that happened in Hawkins, the invasion of the Upside Down things. So they are trying to live a normal life but with military watching them. And talking about the city, next we have a revelation about what happened in the downtown Hawkins. We see the military base but not as prepared as we saw in the teaser that was released in July. Probably this is some flashback from the moment that the military was beginning to take over the city. We see that there is still a lot of destruction, and then we go to Mike talking to Eleven. We see that Mike's not liking being stuck there, and if you don't know what Mike is referring to right now, it's about the situation of this radio station called WSQK, which is the place where they have been hiding for this entire period, precisely because the military wants Eleven mainly. Dr. K, the woman who leads the base there, the military wants her, and the way they arranged, you know, for her to hide was in this underground bunker of WSQK. Exactly, we're still going to find out who presented this bunker, but it's even possible that it's the guy from the 4th season, Owens. Like at this moment in the trailer, we see that Mike is not taking this business of being stuck anymore. We saw from the other images that he's also going to visit his house, which is the Wheelers, but he will be going to visit Eleven. You see here that the military is not only controlling the center, but all the entrances on the outskirts of the city. There are walls, there are advanced lookout points. But then we go to this tunnel, and I will explain about this tunnel. If you don't know, this is one of those upside down tunnels that started to appear at the beginning of the show, but that in this scene specifically is their strategy to rescue the children that the military kidnapped them and are holding them at the base. We also have scenes of Eleven and Hopper there in the Upside Down on their journey. But going back here to the radio station, there's a bookcase that takes out a false bottom and gives access to the underground bunker. And it's important that while it's showing the images of Eleven and Hopper here, we're listening to Mike in the background saying that maybe tonight we will be able to do something. Like they will try to end this agony of just running away. So the mission for tonight is to find Vecna. That's their main objective. Find him and kill him so they can resolve the situation of Hawkins. This is the only way to stop it, so that's the reason for their reunion in the table. Also, we have a detail about Dustin's face. All chipped, the boy is badly injured, and you can ask why. The reason for that is precisely because before that scene, still in the first episode of the season, Dustin goes to visit Eddie Munson's grave, that he's taking care of this grave exactly, and there it is all vandalized. When he goes to clean up, the school bullies will see him and beat him up. That's the explanation about Dustin's injuries. But let's keep going. The initial mission is set. Meanwhile, we have Eleven there in the Upside Down. You can see a strong lightning bolt there that can point to the way towards Vecna itself. We note that things in the redder color are probably related to Vecna, so that's Eleven tracking him there through the Upside Down. But look what happens in the sequence of her powers. She's running and giving a mega absurd jump, and you can ask, what is this place? What is this fence that she jumped? Is the military even in the Upside Down? Yeah, they are even based in the Upside Down. They're going to set up a facility there that is basically the advanced research laboratory of Dr. K, who is the woman who is leading the studies of the Upside Down, and she was described by some magazines, some website, who visited these sets there when they were filming. They described this laboratory set, which there are several specimens of creatures that we have never seen from the Upside Down that Dr. K will capture and will be studying. This is going to be really crazy when they show inside, the episode that will show the scenes inside the lab, and I will tell you in advance. This scene happens in the episode 4. That's when Eleven's trying to break in this laboratory. Yeah, in this video I will give you many details about this season. Next, we see the radio station again. You can see from this scene how isolated it is, and the van arriving, which is one of the main vans of this season, one of the main vehicles. We see Eleven talking to Mike that this does not seem like one of his campaigns. We have our reference to Dungeons and Dragons here, but first we have this scene inside the radio station. You can see Joyce kind of praying, agonized by what's happening, and behind her, in addition to have Mike watching, there's someone lying on the couch, which looks very much like Will. Yeah, we had seen it from the other teaser, which is the teaser that came out in July, that there will be a situation there in the first episode on WSQK, the radio station, of interference of the Upside Down. Will roll his eyes and everything, will faint. So clearly this scene must be after that. Also next, we have the characters, the party, the group of Dungeons and Dragons gathered to study the map of Hawkins. We see them preparing a plane and Eleven herself talking in the background. This is not like one of your campaigns. We can't write the ending. Meanwhile, we have this image of Will, while the others are deciding to planning back there. Him there in the forest seeing something. Most likely it's already Vecna'S stuff too, him being possessed or Vecna talking to him here again. And next we hear her saying that he's planning to end the world, with some scenes from Nancy and Jonathan in the Upside Down. But this line about Vecna'S plan is the big revelation about what he wants, what is his objective. It's interesting to see more of that scene of the sky tearing apart, which had appeared in the other teaser, but now in higher quality, in greater space. So everything indicates that it is a connection of the Upside Down world with the Dimension X. If you don't know, we saw the Dimension X in the season 4. That's where the Vecna was created. By the way, we have another detail in this scene here, that Jonathan and Nancy are in the Hawkins lab. You see that they are on the roof of Hawkins lab apparently, and there's some kind of white slime behind it. We don't know what that is. We see the radio station again, but now with Robin and Murray outside, and we have a new scene of an Upside Down portal. And do you know what this scene means? Most likely this moment of the portal's opening is connected with the appearance of this Demogorgon that we saw in the teaser in the middle of the year, which is there in the radio station region. And that in the scene, the Demogorgon is jumping exactly on the Bradley's big buy truck, which is being controlled by Murray and Robin. It's full of marks there. You can see now how the scenes fit together. The portal will open, the Demogorgon will start chasing them. Everyone will be attacked by a monster at some point of this season, you can see. But let's continue from here. Let's go. We have this hospital scenes here. We see a speech by Nancy, and you can ask what's the reason that they are at the hospital. The reason is because of another attack that happened in the Wheeler's family house. So she's there with her parents, and she's saying that Vecna will not stop until he drains every last drop of suffering from them. And so we have some repeated scenes from the other trailer, like this one of Dustin crying with Steve. Probably it's related to some situation at the Upside Down. But next we have another scene from Dr. K's laboratory. Yeah, Eleven on the roof trying to find a way to break in. Also, you might think I forgot the height when she jumps off the fence. I didn't. I wanted to connect with this moment. Precisely, Eleven has more powers. Her powers are more advanced, so there's mega jumping. And the reason for that I have to explain. In the teaser from the middle of the year, we saw some scenes from the first episode of Eleven evolving her powers. She's there practicing. She's training. That's the reason. And we will see much more of it. But going next, we see some scenes inside the lab when they break in. Probably in this moment, Eleven is facing Dr. K and her soldiers, so there will be a battle here. But this scene is connected with another one with an explosion. First, you can see that this explosion happens at the lab of Hawkins at the Upside Down, which is going to have visitors there, Dustin, Jonathan, Steve, and Nancy. The plan is to go there to try to find some documents from 1983 because the Upside Down is stuck at this timeline. So there they will find some documents from Dr. Brenner. But back to this explosion, we can't explain what happened here. One point is, I don't think this moment of Eleven using her powers, which right after that comes this red radioactive explosion, I don't think the two moments are connected. Eleven's scene in Dr. K's lab attacking people is one thing, this explosion on the lab is another moment. I'm not saying that it can't be Eleven. It can be her too, but there are several other possibilities for that here. I would say that this is one of the moments when they are interfering with the Vecna'S powers. But continuing from here, we see an important moment of Nancy and Jonathan crying together. There will be something very important happening inside the lab. There's also this moment of the Demogorgon attacking Lucas. If you don't know, the reason for this scene is that they will use Lucas as a bait to be able to attract the Demogorgon while they use these tunnels to save the children inside the base. But the situation wasn't supposed to be so serious. It will kind of get a little out of control because the Demogorgon is right on top of him in the scene. But then we move to the best moment of this volume 1, which is at the military base. Yeah, this is not in the Upside Down. This scene happens in the real world, in the downtown Hawkins. But after that, we go back to the Upside Down. We see Dustin inside the church. Yeah, if you don't know what church is this, basically a church that is one of the central bases of Vecna in the season. We don't know exactly what's inside, but there is a moment of Dustin, Jonathan, Nancy, at least trying to invade this place. There's going to be Hopper involved in this place too. So this moment is Dustin opening the door and entering and seeing something very impactful inside the church. It could be Vecna or something related to him. But next we see this scene of something like the Upside Down, but I have to say this is probably the Dimension X. You can compare this frame with this one from season 4. This is so similar. So we have someone falling inside the Dimension X. But next we have the scene of the group embraced, gathered, moved by something. You can get a sense that it could be there at Hopper's house, mainly because of Eleven's outfit there. Because of this moment from the other teaser when she's talking to Mike and she's wearing the same outfit. There's the improvised bathtub for her to get in there, use her powers, sensory deprivation. So it can be a very important moment of this volume 1 as well. Next, we see Erica at the school. A little bit more of the moment when Nancy, Jonathan, Dustin, and Steve are going to use Steve's car to enter the Upside Down to go to the lab in the mission. Also, in the middle of this, we have a very incredible scene of Eleven in the middle of several wreckage, several things here along the way. A scene that is kind of difficult to define, to understand, but probably it's some very definitive battle within the Upside Down that is happening that can involve her and Vecna too. And then we have this moment of several soldiers being hit, falling there, the weapons also flying, and there are some possibilities for this scene, and I'm going to raise here 2 of them. The first is this scene is there in the hospital at the moment that Vecna is going to launch the attack of Demogorgons and Demodogs, because there will be some attack inside the hospital, the same hospital where Max is, and the scene in the sequence is about that. This moment of the soldiers being attacked could be in the entrance of the hospital or a little place where the military is staying there. But the second possibility of this scene is that can also be inside the laboratory of Dr. K after they are about to catch Eleven, because there is a person who looks like Eleven lying there on the ground, and an explosion, something that will happen there, will interfere with the military to be able to save Eleven too. I have to say the right explanation it's between these 2 possibilities. So let's keep going. We have here Lucas holding Max. As I said, this happens inside the hospital at the time of the Demodog attack there. Lucas takes her out of the bed. She's still in a coma and he's holding a radio, which is a very important detail. This radio may be playing some of the songs like Running Up the Hill. If they repeat this song here, it will be very exciting. Like probably this is some strategy to try to keep Max centered, because at this moment she's inside Vecna's mind, so she's probably trying to escape and the music is helping her. But then in the sequence we have more scene of the attack on the Wheeler's house. Like in the teaser from the middle of the year, we saw a scene of Karen with Holly inside the bathtub, Karen trying to protect her daughter, and here is after that. You'll see Holly here trying to help her mother. The mother is lying there in the kitchen, also possibly well wounded. We had some information from other promotional things that Karen gets injured here. Next, we go back to the military base for the best moments of the trailer, starting here with Dr. K with the pistol and the soldier next to her shooting. Probably they are shooting in the characters themselves who are trying to escape there and rescue the children. As well, there's a possibility that they are shooting at some creatures that are attacking the base, because at this moment we will have an attack of Demogorgons. And speaking of which, we see the moment when they will have to stop there, Mike protecting the other children inside the military base. Back there, Joyce holding Will, who was already suffered some interference from Vecna because Vecna is coming. They are carrying Will while the situation is sinister inside, explosion, gunshots, a lot of Demogorgons. Look at this Demogorgon attacking the guy in the tower, the speed of this monster. There's no way the guys can do anything, not even with a gun. It's the first time we have a better view of this attack on the military base and how it's going to be, which are several creatures, and also a better view of how the military really doesn't have a chance. That's why there's going to be much body on the ground that we had seen in some other images that came out. From what we are going to see now in the trailer, it looks like Vecna cleaning up the military and all these things that get in the way for him to get to his central goal, which is to get Will once again, controlling Will for one last time, which reveals a lot of things in this speech of his. Look, this new Vecna 2.0 version, this final version of Stranger Things, like he talking William, showing kind of intimacy with the character, which is what he had from the beginning. He controls, uses Will as a spy, uses him as someone to help him, and he says, "You will help me one last time." When I watched this scene for the first time, I just freaked out because it's so big. The choice of this scene to be the end of this official trailer of the season is perfect. I can't say if this trailer will sound as iconic and exciting as the trailer of the season 4 was, with the music it had and such, maybe because of the artistic elements, which is more inferior to the 4th season trailer. But talking about the story elements, this trailer is absurd. It's perfect. And I say more, this indicates that from that moment on, Vecna will start to control Will during the season. Like he already controlled Will back in the other seasons as a spy, but I wouldn't doubt that a sequel here would be Will with a white eye turning on everyone and attacking. If this happens, it's going to be insane. And I have more. An important detail is that everything also indicates that this scene is not even from volume 2, like episode 5, 6, or 7, or from volume 3, which is episode 8. This scene is from volume 1, from the last episode of volume 1, from episode 4, from the middle of the season. If the middle of the season is going to be like this, you imagine the ending. From what was revealed, the last scene of volume 1, the last scene of episode 4, is this moment of Vecna with Will. So in my opinion, the trailer delivered too much. My level of excitement was already high and went up even more. Like, I don't know if there's a way to raise the excitement more, because I love this show. It gives us a vision of the level of the greatness that they have been promised all this time. So it's a very positive point. Go write in the comments what you think. Here are the main explanations. If you liked this video about Stranger Things, if you like me to cover more about this season, don't forget to check the like button. It helps me a lot with the promotion. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss other revelations that are coming out, some new photos, some new details. I'll be back soon. Thank you for watching this video, and bye!